Betina and Kelly, the absolute superstars from Me&B, one of South Africa's best up-and-coming fashion brands. Guys, every time I walk past your store with Kim at Palmyra Junction, she's got to turn to the right because she's such a big fan of what you guys are doing. And I promise you, I've heard that from so many people. I love your energy. It is incredible when you walk in the door. There's just like this dynamic between the two of you. You're a mom and a daughter, and that's something to celebrate. Tell us about the Me&B story.
Thanks, Murray, for having us here. Yeah, I think we have to start from the beginning in how we actually got together and how we are just perfect because we are a mother and daughter for one, and I'm the manufacturing side and Kelly was on the buying side. So it was just a marriage made in heaven to start a brand. And I think Kelly was the one who came up and said, let's do it, you know.
I was working at a big retailer, we'll say, a big retailer, one of SA's big retailers, as a buyer. And I turned 30 and I decided I was going to leave corporate and join the family business. So basically going from a buying position to a manufacturing position was quite a big shift. I ended up realizing that I knew how to create a brand from start to finish. I knew how to stock a store with the correct products, right price points, all of that. And my mom is the most experienced, most incredible designer you've ever met in your life. She was pumping out a range every 6 weeks. So she's incredibly talented in terms of design. And then the two of us basically joined together. And I said, you know what? What's the big gap in the market? It's about finding clothing that you can express your personality. There was nothing that...
I literally wasn't shopping at all in South Africa. So when I was traveling, I would shop overseas and come in and not shop at all because it was just nothing.
Nothing available. Fun, nothing colorful, nothing expressive, and the biggest thing, nothing in our size. So we're not petite or size 32 or 34, and we would go and shop and just get depressed about just being, which is terrible.
I have the same problem. I promise you. I'm like, when are you launching this for men? Come on. I mean, when you feel your energy, now I understand Me&B. Because it's like, the best brands and the best stories and the best businesses, you like if you had to like remove the founder, you don't get, when I see you guys, I just see the reason why you're successful. And it's just such a cool, unique story, man. Yeah. Did you learn marketing or is that something?
No, so I didn't even study it at all. I'm obviously just a natural salesperson. I think when you're a buyer, the reason you buy something is the reason you sell it, right?
Yes.
So I sort of, even the way I'm setting up the business now, I'm training, I've got 2 girls helping me who are buying and marketing.
Yeah, we've shifted the business a little
have
bit.
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to help with, because the range has become so wide.
Much.
Okay.
So we need someone to help us actually make things happen and look at things strategically.
Yes.
So basically, I will present a range to the buyers. And then they will choose what they want.
Got you.
So it's the other way around.
Yes.
Before Kelly and I would just say, oh, let's do this, let's do this, let's do it. Whatever, let's do this. Now, and it's overspent.
Okay. Who's the finance person?
Oh, this is great. So
yeah.
my husband has now joined the business. I think he's been there like a year and a half now. And obviously before it was just Betina and I just having fun, buying what we wanted, doing what we wanted. And he's come in now and he's like, guys, let's look at the numbers here. And he's reining us in. And
is he?
Yeah, he's like,
it's fine.
But we need it. We've got ideas. We've got the energy.
I've actually got too many ideas, to be honest.
Both of you do.
No, it is an issue. It really is an issue. So that's why it's better a buyer saying, okay, I like that idea. Well, I like that idea. Then just like, so many ideas.
So Kelly had your influence growing up, but how did you get into the industry?
So my sister is actually a designer as well.
Okay.
And she's 9 years older than me. So she was already in the industry. And then I realized I was young and I said, that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be like my sister. And only did chain stores
Okay.
till we decided to do a brand. But chain stores is more hectic than people realize because you've got to literally bring out a new range every 6 weeks
Yes.
and present and present and present. So
Yes.
it's a lot of designing. And when I started, I had to literally hand draw everything and go overseas and take proper photographs that had to be
Wow.
developed when I came home. And
That's so
none
cool.
of them actually worked.
Are you serious?
They were like shaky hands trying to take a photograph. And then they come back and they're all ruined. But anyway, it's amazing. Kelly says how much has changed from when I started to now, because I hand draw everything on iPads now. And now, like this weekend, I've been using AI and trying that out. So for me, it's really incredible from where I started to now. And I just keep growing, which is
What do you think
amazing.
stayed the same?
Well, the passion. I think
Okay.
the passion for clothing and fashion has stayed the same. And that continues all the time.
Okay.
I love working.
So you sold 12 items on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay. And that was like the ignition part of it all. Now we're in 2025. How many stores have you guys have?
10 stores.
Okay.
We're setting up one more little pop-up for summer just to add some spice.
And our online
online, which is about as big as 3 stores.
Okay.
Which is amazing.
How interesting.
Yeah.
And how important is the physical space to your brand story in terms of...
Well, I think that's very important because I spend a lot of time, working with fabrics. I'm obsessed with fabrics.
Okay.
I love beautiful handle, feel fabrics.
Yes.
So I need that to come through in stores as well. People need to feel it online. And once they've realized that we're actually putting so much effort into fabric, then it's easier for them to buy online.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. But online's also been huge. I mean, I see your social. It's like completely off the hook.
Yeah, that's...
Is that all of you?
Yeah, so that's been the big main driver.
Okay.
Having that online presence is obviously super important for us. It relates directly to the storytelling and what we're trying to do online with Instagram and all of that. But the physical store is such an important thing because it was our first space.
Where was that?
That's an interesting story because after COVID, we were shipping our fabric in because we bring in all our fabrics.
Got you.
I don't buy here locally.
Okay.
And we shipped in our fabric for spring. But because COVID, I don't know if you remember, they had to bring all the shipping.
It just
yes.
got shut down.
Yeah, it got shut down and it was all delayed, like months.
Yes.
So our spring fabric arrived in summer.
Okay, no way.
And our summer fabric arrived at the right time. So we literally got all our fabric and we had to get it all out in 2 months or 3 months.
And so obviously that meant we had a lot of stock. So we had our sales channel, which was online. We needed another sales channel to obviously try and sell the stock. So no one was looking for store space during COVID. Everyone was like, no rent. The world's ending.
Yes.
And we were like phoning. We got such a good deal at 44 Stanley. It's our first store.
Oh, cool.
And still our
Josie.
best. It's still our
store.
best performing store.
It's still the best store.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Unreal. What do you think the reason is?
I think it's just an experience. It's a
store.
brand experience. It's a big store, 180 squares. And you just go in there and then it's quite like...
Feel it.
Yeah, you can feel the brand there.
Okay.
So it was just amazing because my husband and I had a 4-month-old baby and a, I think, 2-year-old daughter. And we went to Joburg, left our support system, and we set up this store in 4 months.
Okay.
And I'd never done that ever in my
store?
life. I've never opened a store.
Okay.
I'd never done anything like that. I didn't know. And I actually ended up meeting an amazing friend of mine, Roxanne from Arrange Studios. She's got her own business and she's a yes person.
Okay.
And she was like, I said, I have
Saying
no
yes to
money.
the
I
two
have
of
no,
you all the time?
I have no money and no time. She's like, sounds
No
amazing.
problem. Like every startup in the whole world ever said.
I have to get it done in 2 weeks, she says.
Seriously.
No, it was crazy.
Okay.
But that was our first store.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do you take this energy and transplant it into a team? You know, you guys
show
are
up.
naturally like...
We show up.
Okay.
We show up. I think the thing is that we are not shy of hard work.
Okay.
So every day we're in there, every day we're trading, every day we're having touch points with our teams.
Okay.
And we really confident, we let our team members be who they are, shine through. We're not trying to make them like us. We know what their strengths are, and we let them, and you trust them. And I think that's been a really good,
It's been amazing.
a good lesson.
I love that.
We've even moved people around within the business if something's not working, if they're not loving it, don't have that passion, which we feel is so important.
Yes.
If you don't have
the hiring process.
Yes, if you don't have passion for what you're doing, they could be moved around and find something they are passionate about. And we've done a few of those, and that's worked out really well.
I've seen it when I've been observing if Kim's in one of your stores, like your staff are great.
Yeah, they love it. Yeah.
That's an incredible thing.
So we've got like WhatsApp groups with all the staff. So there's lots of communication with them, like sometimes fun things, whatever. It's so we try and keep it light but just work hard.
Work hard and play hard. I think that's a
For
thing.
the whole team.
Yeah.
So Facebook store 2018 to Me&B, where did that name come from and the meaning behind it? And tell us about that.
Actually, Me&B started before Kelly even. It was my little label I used for the chain stores, for the buyers.
Okay, no way.
It was on all my garments.
Cool.
It was originally, Kelly actually came up with the idea was, it's me, the buyer, and B, me. So, that's how I thought. Okay, it's the buyer and me and B. But now it's me, Kelly, and B.
and meant to be, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They are meant to be. That's our sustainable brand. Which
do you know that's a new offset that we?
Tell us about it.
So meant to be is basically during the whole design process, and because we're manufacturing and producing all these things ourselves, you get a lot of one-off garments throughout that process. They just single. Maybe it's still the beautiful dress, but maybe in the wrong fabric, or there's a small tweak to it, or something. Maybe Anyway, we get left with a lot of stock, like one-off, really beautiful stock. And we've created now this brand called Meant to Be, which is the basically circular fashion initiative.
Awesome.
To keep it going. And we're basically going to sell those one-off pieces on platforms like Yaga. We're also going to open up a little factory store. It's just to help with the whole. We don't want to create too much waste. I think we're all about. We know we have a responsibility to the planet. It's not about being a sustainable brand.
For sure. It's
just doing things.
We don't want to call ourselves sustainable because we ship goods.
We're creating.
There's polyester in some of our garments. If you're sustainable, there's no polyester.
Yes. What does sustainability mean? Because that's why
I always worry about when people say they're sustainable fashion, because it's just
such thing.
There's really no such thing. Even dyeing process is not sustainable.
Yeah.
So if you're doing beetroot and cotton and using cotton thread and wood buttons, then yes, you're very sustainable.
Yeah, like the Patagonias of the world.
Yes,
exactly.
Gotcha.
I think if you're creating, you can't call yourself sustainable because you
just be responsible.
Yeah, exactly. I think you just, as you said, show up and do your best, and that's about as good as you can get.
So there are things that we are doing, like we use decompostable mailers for all our online orders. We use all our rems, which is the fabric. So when they lay fabric, they end up with pieces at the end. So we take all those pieces and we either cut more garments in that, or we cut scrunchies or scarves or whatever we can find. Just to use up
detachable colours.
We've
done lots of sustainable output products.
Yeah.
How do you manage the dynamic between being co-founders in a business together and being a mom and a daughter combination? How do you guys manage that?
I think because we have fun
like
together.
99 out of 100 people wouldn't be able to pull this off. Maybe even more. Maybe like 999 out of 1,000 people.
I always get shocked when people say that, but I think
Has it been like this from?
I just think it's respect. So I think a big thing is I respect my mom and what her talent is and how good she is what she does, and vice versa. I think it's more about we're able to have those very hard conversations as co-founders and take on head to head, and then it disintegrates
I think
afterwards.
We also can say
I love that.
we can say what we like to each other, like how we're feeling. That's quite nice.
Okay.
Because sometimes with a co-worker, you can't really say what you feel.
Okay.
She can tell me how she's feeling directly, and I'm not going to bear grudges or
So you don't have to go to therapy afterwards.
No. I think we very we know the
one
same
week
goal.
I had a bad week, and she said something to me, and I cried. She says, "What's wrong?"
I said, I've definitely been way worse to you than this. And then she said, I haven't taken my hormone tablets. I said, okay, well, there you go. We have fun together. I think that's the main thing.
I know.
So
We travel together.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, so we will go to London just on a research trip, and that's fun. And if we just do the two of us, we leave the kids, the husbands, everyone. We
Oh,
go.
do you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're like, it's for the business.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
My hands were inverted commas there.
Are there any brands across the world on your mom-daughter trips that you feel inspired by? Any other?
So many.
I
Never
love
fully
anthropology.
never fully dressed.
Okay.
I don't know if you know anthropology. They
Yes.
go around the world and they actually do small designers and
Okay.
do really lovely pieces. They're
Okay.
really good.
Damson and Madder.
Yeah.
Or
Or Rixo in London. Actually, King's Road in London is fantastic.
Farm Rio. Oh,
awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And in terms of the future, like the next 3-5 years, what does that look like for you guys?
Well, we're saying that we really want to keep it a business within the family,
Okay.
not really selling it, and maybe get to about 20 stores, which will
Okay.
be, and that's about a max. I think then after that, it'll be too big to actually love what you're doing.
I
I
think
think we want to keep loving what we're doing.
yeah. I think we're in a very tight situation at the moment. So when you say next 3 to 5 years, I'm like, let's just get through this year. We've
this
just
year-
expanded. We've invested a lot of money into growth, opening up the 4 new stores, and then
Got you.
we 6x'd our warehouse downstairs.
Oh my goodness.
No, that was a
Um,
huge cost.
That was a huge cost, but
Okay.
we basically realized we can't stay alive for 5 years if we don't increase our warehouse
size of
space.
it.
Yeah, so we had
Okay.
to invest in the foundation at the same time as opening stores.
Got you. And is that just to for supply, obviously?
Yeah, so
Okay.
so basically to keep those stores stocked, you need a place to keep your stock, like a base,
Okay.
and then you can
And
keep
online
your
as well.
stores. Yeah, keep your stores
Got
full.
you. How big is your team?
I always say,
50, I think.
no, I
That's
think
huge.
it's 55.
Yeah.
Including a few store staff. Actually,
Yeah,
probably
Might
more.
be
than-
more. It's the problem is you have casuals on the store staff, so it comes and goes all the time. You know, it's like
Got you.
hard to keep up.
And stressful, right?
Very. We've got very good people
Yeah.
within the business who look after different sections of people, and then
Got
that's helped a lot.
Okay.
As a
Actually, that
business.
was advice we got right in the beginning: is to tier the business.
Yes. Talk me
So-
through that.
So we would be at top, and then you have managers, and the managers deal with
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So when we did that, it helped a lot. So
Okay.
we have a small amount of people reporting to the managers, and then
Yes.
managers report to you.
Got you.
So that helped a lot. Eh?
But
That
I
was-
think my mom never worked in corporate. So
I've
like
never.
that, she never worked in corporate. So I obviously came from a corporate background, and I was like, okay, well, there's hierarchies. Like this is how it's supposed to be. We should be doing this.
KPIs
Yeah,
and-
exactly. Exactly.
She
Implement,
did KPIs. I've never done a KPI in my life. Now I'm going to do KPIs. Oh,
implemented all these things that I obviously learned, and she was like, this is really working. And I was like, yeah, that's how it is out there.
Okay, so your corporate experience really helped a lot.
Oh, huge.
She
Okay.
said she wished she'd listened more, though.
I know I did. I was doing a lot of drawing pictures and meetings, and I wish I'd actually said, I wish I actually was like, okay, this is
take
going to
notes.
help me.
Do you feel like there's anything you would have done differently in 7 years?
Probably would have got my husband on a lot earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's been
As a husband or as a partner in the business?
As a partner in the business. Just someone who
Very
cares like we
Okay.
care.
Okay.
You know what? He's a data analyst, which I mean, there's nothing better than having a data analyst in the business.
Okay.
He analyzes everything. He's incredibly bright.
Yeah, he's so bright.
He is so clever.
Which is so nice. Do you know that when we
Where did you spot that?
do you know that when we hired we obviously everyone we hired and from very low base, and we taught them everything we knew, okay?
Yes.
And then so MJ arrives and he joins the team.
Right.
And we're like, okay, this is what I want to do. And he pulls up this Excel spreadsheet, all done. And I'm like, oh, a skilled
You
worker.
should have hired him earlier.
Yeah, we're like, what? A skilled worker.
He
What's
is
his
amazing.
background? Data?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
actually a scientist. He was actually studied to be a marine biologist.
Oh,
so
no
he
way.
loves.
I think he studied for like 12 years.
Yeah, he loves
Okay.
data analysis, and then he was at 2U. Do you know 2U? Which
Yes.
was he was in the marketing, the
Right.
head of the marketing lead, of using
Okay.
data to
Okay.
spend that money.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what's Kelly came with a big idea, like right from the beginning. She says, if we want to be global or bigger, we need to have all of this in the business.
In
so,
place.
So she we went on to Deer, which is Sin 7 now. It's an inventory system. And that has been incredible. And we started that 3 years ago.
Yeah, but what my mom's trying to say is that system is something that a bigger business would have invested in.
Yes.
We started very small, but we were like, get in now. So that.
And I'm glad we did, because it took 2 years to actually come right. And getting clean data out of it, because putting the wrong data in doesn't come out right, does it?
I feel like you're such a cool brand that you could be a target for a big retailer.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that? I mean, you've put in a lot of hard work and effort. Do you think you can get to 20 stores? Maybe a big retailer says, listen, I think we could take this to 100 or 1,000 stores. How does that make you feel?
I think it just, what I realize is it takes away the culture, it takes away the magic. If you have someone telling you what to do, we've got a very specific way that we do things and we operate. And I feel like if someone had to come in and just say, hey, this is how things need to get done, I don't know if that culture and that magic would translate.
I also think it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
The more that we're designing and the more that we're creating, we're realizing it's more about the fun, interesting, creative pieces. And that's what we're really good at. And, you know, we keep on trying to create these foundation pieces, which are all about the big retailers. You know, what are your core items? What is the bread and butter that's driving money to keep it alive? But the more we are designing, the more we're creating. We're seeing our customers wanting those special, beautiful pieces.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
She doesn't actually mind paying for a special piece, you know, if it's hand embroidered or beaded or something special that she can't get anywhere else.
And that's not something you can achieve at scale.
No.
Right?
Exactly.
No.
Well, you can.
Can you?
Yeah.
You can, but it's more about, I know what they would come in and try and just roll out the usual retail,
which is boring stuff.
It becomes more about a spreadsheet, right?
And all the boring stuff hanging behind it, you know.
Okay.
We push it. We'll do an orange tracksuit. I mean, you know, not many people are going to do an orange tracksuit, and it look like you.
No, as but my mom's trying to say. Well,
I will get there. Sorry. We would do an orange tracksuit and not do the brown or the beige or the basic colors. We push the colors, you know.
Got you.
So if you get a big retailer in, they most probably say, okay, we're going to be running black and grey and beige.
Right. Just so that it moves.
And we want red, pink, and orange, which maybe is
you
not
lose some
selling.
of that X factor.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
The space between like small business 2018 to where you are now is like really different, and I also found that difficult as a founder. You start out and you're doing everything, right? You're doing the marketing, you're doing the finance, and maybe some of it you're not doing that well, but you really have control. Then you get to the space where you actually have to hire managers, and you have to hire people and delegate and all those things. And then the finance even changes, because now you've got the 25th of the month, your payroll looks different, everything looks different. How was that transition for you guys from like a small business when it was the two of you to this, what is now like quite a substantial business?
I felt a lot more relaxed. I must tell you that. No, when we started hiring, you know, with that second shift, I felt I was really a lot going on all the time, trying to, you know, keep control of what the website, what's the conversion, you know, what's the marketing looking like, what's the product looking like, what is the touch point of the customer. I was very much like that.
End to end.
Yeah, going crazy. And then now that we've hired these very key people in their places and they're looking after, I feel more relaxed.
Do you?
I agree.
Yeah.
Does it take time for you to let go?
Obviously, the salary every month is hard.
Yeah.
That's, you know, the cash, you watch your cash flows, but let's hope. Now we've got MJ doing that. That helps us.
That also helps a lot.
Because I was doing that.
Okay.
And I'm a designer looking at cash flows are not good.
I'm sure it's better than you think.
Yeah.
Did you have to raise capital?
Yes.
So my mom and dad in the beginning gave us a really generous loan, and now F&B have actually come on. And
awesome.
No,
tell us about that.
F&B's been amazing, actually.
Okay.
So basically, F&B have supported us because they've got sight of the sales coming in and all of that. That's obviously been a huge plus for them. They can see the momentum. they see the growth. We've
Awesome.
been presenting
For us
targets.
to open 4 stores without them wouldn't have happened. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's nice and refreshing to hear banks
I
are
know.
often not that easy.
Yeah, we've had actually a really positive personal experience with the banks, which
Awesome.
is shocking.
They're even giving us
Incredible.
money for our fashion show in Joburg. They gave us money for our fashion show last year.
No way.
And they're giving
Sponsoring,
they're
yeah.
sponsoring, yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's amazing. They're supporting us, which is great. Or FNB.
Awesome.
Big punt there, FNB.
I'm a 19-year-old girl and I'm at fashion school and I have this sort of energy and I'm thinking about launching my version of Me&B. What's your advice?
Don't do it.
My mom told me my whole life, don't get involved in fashion. I said, there's no way I won't. It's not something I want to do. And unfortunately, when you have that bug of retail and clothing and fashion, you got to do
Yeah,
something about it.
definitely.
You got to do something about it. I would say you need to find someone, partner. I would say this business is so difficult to do on your own. You need to find someone who's got a different skill set to you. Maybe it's in manufacturing, maybe it's in numbers. Find someone and partner, because you go through such tough times. To have a sounding board
Yes.
and having someone who's on the same page as you is very important.
Got you.
Clothing sucks a lot of cash because you've got to manufacture, have the stock to sell, and then you want to grow again and you put in again, so you don't really
constantly.
You don't ever see the money coming out. So it's a very difficult. That's why I would say don't do it. But if you love it, then do it with somebody, and also leave wherever you've studied, leave and go to a corporate or somewhere else where you can learn the lessons of clothing
Of a
or
big corporate
big
or-
corporates or
Got
something.
you.
Cut your teeth on someone else's salary.
Yeah.
Did you do that intentionally, knowing that you might come back
no,
to
not
the
at all.
business?
No,
Okay.
well, she did join me, and
This
then
is my question.
No,
Let me
but she was suntanning with a computer at the pool, and then I
Okay.
said, "Oh no, this is not going to work."
Okay.
No, I said you need to go and get a job.
Okay.
So I actually studied fine arts, and it was
Okay.
so different to what I ended up doing. And then the postgraduate training program at TFG. Can I say TFG? I can. Can I? Right?
Of course you
Dick?
can.
Scratch that.
Listen, it's you. It's your
At a
story.
anyway, so the graduate program at TFG was basically the springboard of learning
Awesome.
about the business behind fashion, which I actually got so addicted
Excited
to.
about.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What does your routine look like on any given day?
Every day is different.
Okay.
And I think that actually plays into my personality. I'm a hyper creative. Every time I do things, I do it in a new way. I am constantly keeping things fresh and
Okay.
exciting. So,
Okay.
but again, we do go to Pilates Tuesday and Thursday. I think that's our only routine. The
Okay,
rest of
together
it, the
for your
rest,
headspace?
the rest of it.
We are in different spaces at the office, so
Okay.
because I'm in the manufacturing side.
Okay.
So I'm not dealing with Kelly a lot.
She's
know,
waving to you from the boardroom.
Yeah, I'm like having production meetings,
Okay.
working with the samples, working on the designs. We fit on the we've got a bigger dummy and a smaller dummy,
Okay.
and to test the grading of
Okay.
each garment. I've got pattern makers,
Okay.
sample hands, quality issues that come from factories. We
Okay.
fit everything over and over again. So there's lots and lots of fittings.
Yes.
We have a model that comes and fits twice a week.
Okay.
She's the perfect 34
Okay.
from the measurements.
Love
And she
that.
tells us how things feel.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, because sometimes when you try on the dummies, they're not saying, "Oh, it's itchy under the arm."
Yeah,
or
for
it's,
sure.
You know,
I
so
hear you.
My routine is basically trying to film content or
Okay.
have meetings with the buyers or strategically thinking about what's coming next in terms of what the range should look like.
Okay.
Also looking at what marketing events and touch points with the customers it is every day is
It's just
completely
busy.
different, and it's like
How do you manage that as a mom?
I love it because it sets me up for success as a mom. Do you know what I mean? Because you know what it's like with kids. It's chaos.
chaotic, right?
It's chaotic.
Yes.
And if I survive in chaos. So
Okay.
I think when it comes to momming, it makes me a better mom. Yeah.
I had my Enneagram done. It says I thrive in chaos.
Both of you?
We
No
both,
way.
yeah, we both.
Two of you?
Yeah.
So you think you probably got that from your mom?
Definitely got that from my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Got you.
Yeah.
And sales, something I've been wanting to speak about. And like startups are exciting spaces, but we need revenue and we need to make margin. And how often are you tracking that?
Margin is a big thing because if you
Okay.
don't make the margin, you don't have a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually our accountant did a little example for us, and he showed us, 3% margin pays for salaries for a year.
Yes.
So we were like,
So we suddenly
That's crazy.
we were like, okay,
All right, it's in the
okay,
details.
let's
Yes.
just sit up
3%.
and now
we got to make 3%.
so now it's a big focus for
Okay.
us, the margins. But our revenue and our growth in terms of sales,
Ridiculous.
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, can you put a percentage on it without
No.
saying real things? We couldn't believe it. We were in the last meeting with our accountant, and we were like,
That's 40%.
Awesome.
Yeah.
40% year on year.
That's
40%.
crazy. Mostly physical store growth or online or combination of both?
Online was 40%.
Every
Okay.
time we open a new
That's
store,
exceptional,
Yeah.
man.
yeah.
Because that's
Yeah,
really like
online is-
for like growth.
I know
right?
online is crazy.
That's incredible.
Yeah. But we've also got Bash and Spurbis that have our wholesale area as
Yeah.
well.
Okay, awesome.
So we're going to be doing wholesale and
Into those
Into-
brands.
into those
That's
brands.
incredible.
Yeah.
So there's
consumer.
a bit of a corporate mix,
Yeah.
but you get to keep the culture that you work so hard to create.
Exactly.
And it's quite nice because I've always been on the side where they telling me when I was supplying the big chains, they're telling me what they want. But when you're selling a brand into Bash or Superblis, you say, "This is my brand. This is my price. Take it or leave it." It's like it's quite something different for me.
It's from her past.
Yeah,
of
manufacturing my
Okay.
pain.
not having value of representing a brand. She was more just like, trying to run her business, begging
Yes.
for orders. Whereas now we're like, we are the strength, we are
Yeah.
the value.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's
That-
such a
is
shift,
quite-
such
it's
a
quite
mental shift.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Did you have any mentors growing up?
My mother was actually incredible. My whole family, my great grandmother was a milliner and making hats, and my mom was very artistic, and she used to do all the windows, the VMing, visual merchandising
Right.
for John Orr's
No way.
and the Hub, and she would get all the clothing and make all the windows. So I was always actually in the stores, involved in that whole lifestyle of shops and retail and VMing. And Kelly, remember, you used to come to my mom's studio, and she had Father Christmas outfits and Easter Bunny outfits and
cool.
All the things
it
needed for
was
windows.
For windows, I mean, a Father Christmas big chair, the red that he would sit in, and with the children. So I think that retail clothing has always been there for me.
Your mentor.
Yeah. And
I
my mom
feel
was
like,
an incredible woman.
My mentor is obviously my mom.
yes.
I mean, to work with your mom, to have someone who really cares if you learn, grow. I mean, you can imagine how incredible that is. For us working together
It's so
every
cool.
day, having someone who knows so much, who has so much experience, who blows my mind how much she does in a day,
yes.
all the
She
time.
always says, "How do you remember that?"
How do you do that? How
Actually,
does your brain work?
what's so inspirational is that there's this third person that was also there. So the story is not just the two of you; it was actually influenced by your mom as well.
Definitely.
And just in this very male-dominated company world, it's so refreshing to see incredibly
I
strong
agree.
women leading
you.
companies.
I agree.
And having your mom's influence in that is a
Yes.
really cool part of the story. That obviously you don't hear 100% in your brand and
I
your
get emotional just thinking about it.
no, it's so cool. It's part of your story.
Yeah.
It's what makes you successful.
Yeah.
How male dominated is the industry, fashion?
I think in the corporate.
When it
area.
comes to banks and
Okay.
numbers and that side,
Okay.
definitely. But I think that was one of the big things for me when I went to work at Fashini.
Okay.
I was in these meeting rooms with all of these boss women,
Okay, awesome.
all sitting around the table, chatting numbers, talking. And I remember that feeling. I'll
Feeling really
never
like-
forget that feeling.
Serious.
I was like, whoa, this is amazing. Look at these boss women.
Yes.
And they were just operating and owning the space. And it was just so inspiring.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, you both are inspiring to women across the country, across the globe. It has been so awesome to have you on our show today.
Thank you, Marie.
We have that word good and neighbor good, and I see that in both of you and everything that you do. I wish you nothing but the best between your 10 and your 20 store, and maybe if you change your mind, I reckon that culture is something that you could continue for hundreds and thousands of stores. But if you do stop at 20, you've just been such an amazing inspiration to so many South Africans. And this is a story about South African companies. And to have female founders like you guys, it's just so cool to see.
Thanks
Thank you for being with us today.
Pleasure. Thank you.